Hey guys, it's me, Pokemon, and today I want to talk about the Alpha, Beta, and Gamma raids in Marvel Strike Force because I think I've always thought they were banned, and I was browsing the subreddit when I woke up this morning, and I saw a lot of people talking about how they thought they were bad, and I was like, me too, so I'll make a video about it. And the lighting is actually good today. I have a, you guys can't see, but I have a window right in front of me, so like it's a roll of the dice depending on when I record the video. You know, how much light I have shining on me and whether it's good light or bad light. Let's take a look at this raid right now. So I'm running it. I did like 2 nodes. That's all I care to do because what's it matter? Like it's the rewards aren't even that great. Really what you have going on Alpha, Beta, Gamma raids is you have gold orbs, which gold orbs, just like every orb in this game, don't give out as much gold as you really need them to. I mean, it's nice, but eh. And then you have this orange gear raid orb fragments, and these, it's weird because you technically need gold or like gold gear, and there's really, you're not really farming gold gear. Like really the bulk gold gear you get are from these gold gear orbs, so this is important. You need this in the game, but neither the gold orbs nor the gold gear orbs feel really valuable because most gold orbs you don't get a lot of gold. Gold gear, you're just getting like catalysts and stuff like that. Those aren't exciting to open. You know, these gold gear orbs aren't containing like mini uniques or superior uniques. You know, it's just the catalyst, nothing exciting to open. So that really leaves the character orbs, and I think that's where these raids are being hindered the most, because these orbs are all bad. Some of them are outdated, some of them are just poorly designed. So let's take a look at those. That's what I really want to focus in on today, and then once we focus in on those, I'll talk about some other changes I think that could be made to these raids. So let's head over to the Orb Store. Now, interestingly enough, they have nowhere that they mention what's supposed to be in these orbs. As far as I can see, I can actually go into the orbs and I can see what's in them, but each of these orbs have a theming to them, and I cannot find the theming of beta raid orbs. I'll show you later. I looked far and wide, I could not figure out the theming, but I digress. Let's take a look at the gamma orbs first. Let's see what character shards are in here. So right here in the gamma orb, I believe these are global, brawler, and protector. I think that is the theming for this orb from my research. So take a look at this roster right here. Now I'm going to jump cut over to msf.gg, and let's take a look at all the characters that are classified as global, brawler, and protector characters. So we take a look at protectors. We have some pretty good characters on here. You have characters like Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo's really good. She classifies as one of these characters. We have Stature, needed for the Jubilee event, very appealing. We have Blob. Blob's okay. Like, I don't know. He's on the Brotherhood team. I wouldn't say he's really exciting. And then with 2 brand new characters, Red Guardian and Kitty Pryde. Pretty good right there. There are some pretty good characters, but all those characters I talked about are not in the orb. Let's take a look at the brawlers. These are actually pretty much up to date except for X23. Another really interesting character, really appealing. You need it for X-Force, and currently she's only farmable in the War Store. So I think what you can see is this isn't updated. Every character that's in here right now I'd consider not good. You know, any character on here that's of value, like Strife, Colossus, Deadpool, Crossbones, Captain America, they only have value because they're on a team with somebody else that's doing the job. You know, Colossus, he has his value because of Phoenix. Crossbones has his value because of Baron Zemo. If we take a look at Strife, only really has his value because of Emma Frost. So none of these characters in the orb right now are appealing to get. Now, of course, as a new player, it's sort of different. You know, as a new player, every character is valuable to you, but I'm really approaching this video from like a mid-tier to veteran player. As anyone who's been playing this game for a decent amount of time, you probably have most of these characters at a high star rank. So the problem is with the Gamma Orb is FoxNext picked a set of characters and they are not updating. I don't know why it isn't consistently updated. As soon as they make one of these characters farmable, like they make a new global protector or brawler farmable in any avenue of the game, they should automatically be added to this orb. X23 should be in this orb. I think Stature should be in this orb already. I think Yo-Yo should be in this orb. Now you might say, well, Yo-Yo's a premium orb exclusive. Well, FoxNext, why'd you do that? Like, I don't know, why make this orb be global, brawler, and protector? And then, you know, you made this rule, so you made this rule only to break it with Yo-Yo, you know? Because what FoxNext is doing in a lot of these orbs is they're putting all the characters in there except the really good ones. They're keeping them out of the orb, like Yo-Yo, who did decide to make premium orb exclusive. If they put Yo-Yo and X23 in this orb, even just that, Now I think they should also add, look into adding Red Guardian and Kitty Pryde once they become farmable in the game. Probably add Stature into these orbs when she gets an avenue farmable in the game. But even just adding Yo-Yo and X-23 would make people care significantly more about gamma raids, because the only way to get Yo-Yo is for premium orbs. And let's be honest, Yo-Yo is not what she once was. She's still a good character, but she's a very good character still, but she is nowhere near like top tier, Black Order top tier. Ebony Maw, he's though that's the top tier of the game. So I think just by adding in, keeping up to date with their rules, the gamma orbs would be getting so much better. And I can't stand that Fox next, then don't make it global, brawler, and protector if you're not going to follow the rules. So I don't know. Next up, we have the beta orb. So as we can see, here's the shards for the beta orb. I literally could not figure out what their theming was for this. I did a lot of research. I don't know what I read somewhere it was global hero. But these aren't all the global heroes in the game. It's not even like the other orb where it's maybe not just updating it. Like there's a lot of heroes that are global hero that they do not have in here. So I don't know, kind of like tech. They have some military maybe right here. Some skill characters, like maybe it's skill tech hero. I literally could not figure out what the theme was in this orb, but that doesn't really matter. The fact is, none of these characters are good. like the best that's in this orb is Falcon and War Machine, and they're just 2/5 of the power armor team. That's what's good about them. Rocket Raccoon, probably the best part of a bad team. Black Widow, farmable in a node, one of the better parts of the Avengers team. Nobody cares about opening up these orbs. The bulk of the characters you're getting in this orb are Sif, Night Nurse, and Okoye, who are garbage. Sif, less so, but definitely Night Nurse and Okoye. Really bad characters in this orb. It's just horrible. So what can they do about this orb? Let's take a look at my research. Oops, sorry, this was a little recreational research. As you can see, here's the Facebook post. They say right here, global heroes, but I don't know. So they actually did update this orb in April 9th of 2020. It originally featured blasters. Now it features global heroes. So maybe what they're doing is they're only picking a selection of global heroes, because this right here is the full roster of global heroes. So maybe if they actually follow through with global heroes, it'd be a little better. But then we start overlapping on the gamma orb, because a lot of the characters I think they should add, like Yo-Yo or X-23, I already think should be added to the gamma orb. So I don't really know. I just don't think the setup for this orb is that good, because a lot of these characters have been in the game for a long time, very obtainable, and any character within this scope, this global hero, are already, should be in other orbs. So I don't think there should be overlap between the orbs. I don't know, maybe villain global or something like that. I just don't know what they're going for. This orb's just flawed as a whole. And here we have the alpha orb. The alpha orb is Mystic Heroes, and nothing exciting here. I'd say the most exciting thing is Ghost Rider, although Ghost Rider now has a node where he's farmable. So I think anyone that really wants to get Ghost Rider can get Ghost Rider. So I don't think Ghost Rider is as exciting as he used to be. A lot of these characters aren't good. America Chavez, Heimdall, Black Panther, Iron Fist, Doctor Strange, Elsa Bloodstone, M'Baku, and Scarlet Witch I'd consider to be mediocre characters at best, really only good because they're on really good teams. And Thor's, he's okay. I think Thor is one of the best characters out of this whole list. I think Thor and Ghost Rider, but even then, Thor, he's in raid. Probably a lot of people have Thor at max star rank, and Ghost Rider has been farmable for quite a while. This orb is just not exciting at all. It's another flawed orb. We take a look at the roster right here. It's not even a matter of them failing to properly update the orb. They have all the characters in this orb. It's just such a boring list of characters. They haven't added one for a long time. In general, this game has had a shortage of mystic characters, but I think maybe if they went for mystic hero and villain, perhaps you could have a better set of characters to farm in this orb. Even then, none of these characters, the mystic class as a whole is kind of lacking. At least then maybe you'd have Nobu and Mordo, who are needed for Phoenix, so at least that's something for new players. I think Hela would be a pretty appealing character to arrive in this orb, but really the best characters in the mystic class are Doctor Doom and Ebony Maw, who you can't get in these orbs. They're legendary or Dark Dimension exclusive characters. So I think similar to the beta orb, the roster for the alpha orb is completely flawed, and I think they just need to completely take another look at the game and just pick a brand new set of characters based off of, a little bit of meta, so some characters that new players might want to be farming as well. I'm not really going to suggest any list because there are dozens of sort of Venn diagrams you could make on the roster to have a specific set of characters farmable, and I think you could make an argument for them being needed. You know, I think you can split up the roster any number of ways, but Mystic is not one of those ways. So if we go back in the game to summarize what the problem with these orbs: Gamma Raid Orb not updated, and the Beta and Alpha Orb are just flawed in terms of the set of characters they are making farmable. A lot of those characters people have built up, and even if you didn't have them built up, most of those characters aren't even good. So probably the best part about these raids are those character orbs, and people don't care about them. There's nothing good in those orbs. I think also just looking at the straight rewards in this mode, I've been talking a lot about it, but I think as a whole, the game needs to catch up on training materials, gold, and I think purple ability materials should be made more accessible. I really think, you know, gold ability materials are super rare. We don't get anywhere enough of them, even top players. I think gold materials should be, you know, maybe make them a little more farmable, but if you want, be stingy with the gold materials. But I think purple materials, don't make the purple ability materials so hard to get. I think there should be other avenues than just the one alliance raid. I think it makes sense if the other alliance raid you're running consistently would also drop purple materials, you know, even half as many. And if you got maybe 1 or 2 for each node you cleared, I would care a lot more personally about gamma raids if I was getting purple ability materials as well. I don't think it'd be a bad idea to also throw purple training materials in here. Just by doing that, if you threw like 100 purple training materials for rank 1 through 2 and like 80 for 3 through 6, again, I think we need gold training materials. I don't think purple's anywhere near enough, but even just by adding in purple training materials and also adding in some purple ability materials, I think suddenly this raid gets a lot more appealing. You know, Fox Snacks, it would take one guy thinking for a long time during the day, you know, clicking random tags for characters to have to come up with a new orb. So maybe if they don't want to come up with a new orb, just add the purple training materials or the purple ability materials, and I think already this raid is very appealing and you have a lot of people very invested in it. Now you will run into the problem. I know a lot of veteran players, like veteran, like whale veteran, are not as interested in purple ability materials because they have so many of them. So maybe as you up the difficulty in this raid, you'd start giving out a little bit of gold ability materials. But I think for the bulk majority of players, just adding in purple ability mats and training materials, this raid gets much more appealing. So to summarize this whole video, TLDR, gamma orbs need updated. Yo-Yo should be in there. Fox Next will say, well, we want to be premium more exclusive. Then why did you make that? Why did you make those traits be for the gamma raid if you knew Yo-Yo was going to be in there like that? I don't know. Why make a rule to break it? And I think beta and alpha just need completely reworked. I don't think those tags are good at all and appealing at all for veteran players. And then, you know, if they don't want to do that, but really on top of modifying the character orbs, I think they should be giving out purple training materials and ability materials. Not as many as Ultima 7, but just a little bit. And I think that would influence a lot of people to participate more in these alpha, beta, and gamma raids. But at the end of the day, what do I really know? Because I am my 19-year-old. I hope everybody can have a happy and healthy day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Signing off, everyone.